Welcome once more to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are currently standing in Mamook in Yaktel, because with the patch 7.25 they unlocked a new allied society, and I think that begins here with Gotolja. Cultivating Hope. This is for gatherers. Desiree, nice to see you. Do you have a moment? This may not come as a surprise since you personally helped negotiate our import of foreign crops, but a researcher has recently arrived from Sharlayan. I have a mind to go and pay my respects, but, well, I know little about Sharlayans, and I'm worried it'll cause offense. Could you come along, if only for my peace of mind? Sure. My thanks. Her name is Angia, and she should be in the southern district of the city. This must be her. I'm humbled she's traveled so far for our sakes. Hello there. May I be of assistance? Just want to say hello. I'm Gotolja, former mercenary. Now I fashion whatever odds and ends need making. The Autarch says you've come to oversee the growth of new crops here in Mamook, so we wanted to express our gratitude. That's very kind of you. My name is Angia. It's my pleasure to be at your service. When I first heard my assignment, I was intrigued. A forest dominated by the etheric influence of meteorites. Rest assured we all soon have an experimental granary up and running. New crops will flourish here, this I promise. Indeed, my chief concern at the moment is not one of potential, but one of manpower. Mamook is rather sparse in population, is it not? Yes, most of our able-bodied workers have left, either to become mercenaries or for other reasons. I myself would be glad to help, but I doubt one extra body will count for much. Introduce Vivas! Put to the right use, our Vivas can solve about any problem. Revolja! How many years has it been? I thought you had moved to Leola for good. I heard change was in the air from Mamook. I had to come and see it for myself. Using Vivas sounds like an excellent idea. We could hitch them to plows, have them cart heavy equipment. All we need now is someone willing to gather extra materials we require. I know a few gatherers, but most are getting on in years. We'll have to find an adventurous soul if you need anything more than local mushrooms or an odd medicinal herb. Idle beasts, not all lumber. Are you? For the right price, then just about anything. When it's settled, you'll be well compensated, I promise. I look forward to working with you, friend. This way, Revolja. You both have my thanks. Think nothing of it. I'll gather what Wyver handlers I can find and explain the situation. I'm sure they'll be happy to help as well. Desiree, would you mind going with Revolja? He's a good lad, but he gets ahead of himself sometimes. You've more than proven your talent for communication, so if he's struggling to make his point, lend him a hand, would you? I appreciate your cooperation. I'll be here planning the particulars if you need anything. My darling has needs. I won't force him to do work he doesn't enjoy. My wife was trained for battle. I doubt it'll be much use on a farm. Remind me why we're here again? As I've been saying, Vipers are the answer. But ours are specially trained for combat. How do you reckon that help with farming? Oh, that's very perfect timing. Tell them one Viper's worth at least 10 men on the field, won't you? The Viper handlers stand in awkward silence. Try convincing on behalf of Revolja. What does he expect our Vipers to do exactly? Go with their horns? More like pull heavy plows. That makes far more sense. If that's what we need done, we can do it. Believe me, we all want new crops here in Mamook. I'm happy to help, I just want to know how a Viper trained for battle could be useful. We need Vipers to hold equipment. I see, a Viper with strength for combat should have no problem with that. Well, the both of us will be over presently. My precious Vipers only smashes things. I'd love to be of service, but if my darling can't smash something to bits, I'm afraid we're at an impasse. Smashing rocks? That sounds, well, smashing! Leave it to me and my Viper. We have a garden that's free of obstructions in a blink. That was incredible. You convinced them all to help just like that. Now, there's one last person I think we need. His name is Ja, and he's an Ja Tiika banana farmer. We can trust his expertise. This is Ja. We've been best friends in childhood, but, well, after I moved to Tuliolal, we haven't had much contact. You were part of a Third Promise's retinue, weren't you? What brings you here now, and with Revolja? We just met, actually. A researcher from afar is beginning to work on a granary here. And we're both lending a hand. I was hoping you might help out as well, knowing as much as you do about farming in these forests. You think I'd aid a traitor who abandoned his homeland for the comfort of Tuliolal? Look on your face. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Although it's a great part thanks to this woman here, that such words can be said in jest. Much has changed, Mamook. If my best friend has finally come home, I'd be a fool to refuse this, please. Joking aside, your words didn't ring hollow, Ja. To many, I was a traitor to everything Mamook once stood for. I traded to my friend for never writing. It broke my heart to leave, but I couldn't stand the zealotry of blessed siblings. Now that your old teaching has been left in the past, I want to do everything I can for Mamook's future. Thank you, Ja, for your forgiveness. I hope that you, Desiree, and I can help find a new way forward. Alright, hopefully we have enough people to get started. Let's go and ask Angia if she needs anything else. Katonja is helping out with the Vipers with carts and plows. Maybe long afterwards. Thank you for your aid in recruiting the others. With a handful of vivers, our worker shortage is now but a trifle. The handlers have their orders, but there's one thing I would yet ask of you. While fertile, this soil needs some additions to better accommodate the seeds and starters I brought with me. I think some charred bark should balance out its acidity nicely. Perhaps you could bring some from the Jabrit Cinderfield? I've obtained the proper permissions from Ikbrash to gather from the Utomu horizon. As long as your work is done respectfully, we have nothing to fear. We begin setting up a base of operations in the meantime. Let me know once you've acquired what you need. So, to the Cinderfield. And back. It's a relief to have Kagilja work with us. He's been growing Najul forever, so he and Angier should be unstoppable. Preparing the land before planting is an incredibly important step. If we have any hope for our seedlings, we should take pains to do it properly. Welcome back. I trust you have what I asked for. Some bark. Perfect. Just what I had hoped. I'll have the viver handlers mix our fertilizer into the soil as they till it. Guard secure. We're ready when you are. Just about. Yes, it should be ground finely enough to distribute evenly. Once we've tilled the soil for beds, we can begin planting in earnest. Revolja, can I count on your continued support? May, but Kagilja's the one who grows things. And you have grown our hopes into a viable operation by recruiting the necessary allies. Charisma like yours is essential for this gainery success. Alright, I do what I can. My pride is a Mamool for Mamook. Your assistance would be invaluable, Desiree, if you can spare the time. After all these years, my homestead is about to realize true progress. I would love to have you with us as we build a brighter future for my people. I'll help. My pride is an adventurer for Mamook. Thank you, I'm in your debt. It's heartening to have you with us. Sorry for the wait, the vivers are ready. Thanks, Gisha. Let's get started. McCain, we will give Mamook another chance. I can just feel it. I can feel it too. Let's show the world what these lands can grow. Together, by our own hands. From hopes yet to fully blossom, Mamook has established a granary. Help the Mamool come to love the land that supports them by aiding the farmers of Golma. Society quests unlocked. Eat your vegetables. 1. Good. So, Kageja. What do we have? We recently received a request from Angir for samples of her vegetation here. Apparently she's keen to know what effect they have, if any, on our crops. Plants with a unique etheric signature such as those in Sinotya Nunja would likely make for best candidates. A sampling of a foliage there would almost certainly be a boon to her work. Might you be willing to go and collect some? Toil for the soil. Given the lack of direct sunlight here in the Ja Tiika Heartlands, the cooler temperatures of the soil continue to be a point of concern. Thankfully for us, Angir has arrived at a solution. Fermented fertilizer. Apparently it invigorates the soil, generating heat as a compost decomposes. For your part, I need you to find some sodden tree bark around the node Neozote. The excess water makes it easier to ferment. When you've finished, take anything you find to Kobilja. Stamps the brakes. Say Desiree, if you plan to be out and about, I don't suppose you could procure us some Najul stems from Golmaji Grove? In case you're wondering about the sudden demand, Ange requires a few specimens for testing. Seems she has plans to repurpose them. In any event, we have plenty of time to discuss our experiments further when you return. Once you arrive at the grove, tell Kishelja I sent you. She'll supply you with the stems we need. God. Then let's fly! Kishelja. You're on behalf of Kagilja, yes? The stems are ready and waiting. Feel free to take as many as you need. It does my heart good to know they won't be going to waste. Send the folks at Regainer with my best regards. You stop? Oh well. Okay, back to camp. Kubilja. Arrive with us fertilizer supplies, have you? Well, let's have them. Wonderful. I'll get to mixing the fertilizer right away. Finished handling of the supplies, I see. Kubilja must have been thrilled. And relieved, I'm sure. The right soil temperature is absolutely crucial during the budding stage. With his fertilizer, the fields are certain to thrive, so I hope you'll help keep us stocked with supplies. So, were you able to find anything promising? Foliage. My, what a fine specimen. Angie will be thrilled. Someday soon we hope to fully understand the power of a meteorite that invigorates the trees of living light. And this research is a most important first step. Imagine possibilities. We would be able to choose varieties of crops better suited to the land. Or perhaps even create altogether new ones. Can hardly wait to see how her work bears fruit. And what's the trip to the grove? Here are your Najul stems. Much obliged, Desiree. These are excellent samples and sufficiently fibrous as well. Najul stems are found where the fruit meets the leaves, you see. To the undisciplined eye, one might mistake them for a part of a tree trunk. While they are perfectly edible, we tend to dispose of them after the harvest. Angie, however, believes the naturally occurring fibers could be utilized to craft string and cloth. And with these samples at her disposal, she'll be able to put those theories to the proof. If we require any more of them in the future, I'll be sure to keep you informed. Our plots have been tilled and we've already started planting. With everyone's help, I'm sure we make a great granary. Alright, we see how this evolves. But that's it for this episode. Until next time then, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV maybe. I'm Mace and don't get lost.